Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South St. Clair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield, drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox post-game podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome in everybody to the Halos in the Infield post-game show with your host Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network, as we're talking baseball with you as the Angels get a dub on this Friday to try to start the weekend off in game one there in Ohio, where the Angels come away with a 6-0 shutout against that fucked up franchise with a dumbass logo. The woke pieces of shit lose tonight 6-0. I'll get into why I hate them so much if you're new to the show. Also, this is a show to get off any kind of Angel take you want to, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, whatever. I was on a podcast the other day with the Angel Central. If you want to check that out, we did a podcast talking about, once again, trying to get all the Angels podcasts together, trying to get the fans together, trying to get some sort of revolt against this Angels ownership. And again, you're not going to move that franchise or the ownership out of the franchise, but you can do a lot by embarrassing him. And that's what we're going to try to do moving forward here as the month progresses. But that's a story for another day. The good news is the Angels win 6-0, get a shutout, 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Soriano wins. Congratulations, his first game ever as a starting pitcher, and he looked goddamn dominant for most of the game. The offense did just enough to get by, and you had a big contribution, which I usually don't agree too much with our commentators, especially the TV guys, because a lot of times they're pushing a narrative from up above and from John Carpino and other people like that to say certain things. But one thing I will agree with this order, with the lineup the way it is that you're going to need contributions from everybody. And a guy that was just called up, Willie Calhoun, to be your designated hitter number one, because Sano was on the IL, if you don't know. And Calhoun comes up and automatically he's batting fourth. I mean, unless you're like a protege, you know, or like the next biggest thing, like if you're Bryce Harper or Mike Trout, you know, maybe, and even then Mike Trout wasn't thrown into the number 3 spot. He was down in the order before he got some playing time in 2012. But my point being is, with the injuries and everything, Ward has to go third, and you bring up a guy with no experience this season at all, and he's got to automatically hit fourth. And to his credit, he had 3 hits in his first at bat, which another thing I like, or his first game. I like the fact that Ohapi played today and batted 5th. Dell did good defensively, not so much hitting. So he's just like the Angels. He's inconsistent as well. And then you had Andrizia get a run in, and you had a nice game from Mickey Moniak. 2 guys that absolutely need to get going as far as padding the stats, getting RBIs, getting singles, driving in runs, stealing bases. That's Mickey Moniak, and that's Shamwell. He's got to get it going. And Shamwell came through with 3 hits tonight, raising his average up to 250. Remember, he wasn't even at 100 at one point. Now he's up to 250. He's getting hot. He had a walk, so he was on 4 times tonight. And then and this is the thing. As I focus on Moniak getting the 2 hits, the big 3-run bomb to put the game away, Zach Neto continues to frustrate me because he'll have 1 game on, 2 games off, just like the Angels winning. See tonight, wow, winning is great and everything, but we've seen this song and dance many a times this season where they have continued to lose series after winning game 1. And so today, hopefully, is not another trend or not following the trend of other series where the Angels start off again in winning game 1 and then proceeding to drop the rest of the series. Now we'll get into who pitches in the rest of the series because tomorrow's game with Detmers is going to be a good one. And Detmers, you want to bounce back and get a victory as he's tried but failed his last 3 opportunities to get a victory because either the bullpen or just not enough runs being scored. So again, 2 guys that did struggle, but this is where the Angels can still get away with it. Meaning if, you have a night where a couple guys aren't really hitting, as long as you got a contribution from Taylor Ward, who had a sacrifice for an RBI. You had 2 hits from Louis Renifo. Like I said, you had 3 hits from Shawnuel. You had 3 hits from Calhoun, 1 hit from Ohapi. So Adele goes 0 for 4, but you got Indrizia who got a run and a walk. You got Moniak with the 3 RBIs and the 2 hits. So you can survive Adele and Neto going 0 for 8. So as long as most of your orders contributing, then you win. And same thing with runners in scoring position. They only left 5 guys on base tonight. They went 2 for 6, and they did get caught stealing once. But other than that, it wasn't bad for the shit fucks. They left 8 guys on. Runners in scoring position 0 for 4. A bunch of zeros, and that was because Soriano was pretty dominant. He went 6 innings, 5 hits allowed, no runs, no hits. That would have been no hitter. No runs, no earned runs, 1 walk. And again, when we talk about Tyler Anderson, the keys to success for Tyler Anderson is keeping the walks under 5, just like you want to keep the runs under 5. Same thing happened here. Soriano was wild and ineffective in his last start. He turned it all around. 60 of his 88 pitches were for strikes, and he got 3 strikeouts, so he put the ball in play, and he trusted his defense, and the defense for the most part, except for Renifo's little brain fart thinking there was 3 outs already when there was only 1 out, when he made that play, it was 2 outs, I'm sorry. Defense played pretty good. And then you had Emil Garrett, another clean inning. He remains at 0 ERA, only threw 11 pitches, got 2 strikeouts. And then surprise, Suarez pitches 2 innings, gets 3 strikeouts, only 1 walk and 1 hit. Did look a little shaky. 22 out of 41 pitches for strikes. That's still at a 50% clip, which is not good. But at least he didn't give up any runs. I still don't like him. He still should be DFA'd. I still don't trust him. But at least the Angels come away with a clean win in there. Now, both teams have opposite records. The Angels are now 12-20, and the Ohio team is now 20-12. The scoring started out with Shawnuel hitting a deep home run to right to make it 1-0. Ohapi doubled in Calhoun 2-0. And then Moniak hit the big 3-run homer to make it 5-0. And then Ward had the sacrifice fly, and that's all she wrote. So a pretty cut and dry victory in front of 19,000 shitfuck fans, and the Angels get a victory over that woke-ass team, which I won't name. And this is the problem I have. How can you erase such beautiful history there in Ohio for a dumbass name? And again, I've been advocating go to the Spiders. Use the Negro League team, the Spiders. That is at least used by a Cleveland team at one point. And if you don't like that, find something that the team can relate to, something that, I don't know, Cleveland's famous for, right? If you don't want to go with Spiders, go with something that is relatable. When I think Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the dumbest shit ever. And then it looks like, again, Randy makes logos for us. Spectacular on every level that we ask him to do, right? And it looks, oh my... Look, Randy's somewhat of a pro, if not a pro, and he does way better shit than that stupid G logo. It looks so dumb, and it's not explained. Their mascot, Google the Guardians mascot. It is the dumbest shit ever. It is a cheap ripoff of the Philly Fanatic. He's just purple with a yellow tongue and some sort of ears popping out the hat. It is so stupid. They could have made something so much better for the Cleveland fans after tearing their franchise away from them basically. It looks like it's a goddamn new franchise. And what's worse about it is you rebrand the name, but you keep the same font. It's basically the same font. They still have the same C, same things they had because it was so offensive to everybody else. You got rid of all the history. So it's the same thing. Like, I don't give any credit to this team whatsoever. I give all the credit to the Florida State Seminoles, the Atlanta Braves, all these other teams that did not go woke and they stuck to their guns. And I really don't like the Washington woke in the NFL. That is the dumbest bent over I've ever seen in any sport. I mean, it trumps this one because, like, again, you have one of the greatest rivalries of all time, Redskins versus Cowboys, Indians. You play that as kids, not even knowing football. And it's a football rivalry on top of it. And then you just go and kill it because two people were offended and they're both white. They weren't even Native Americans. I've harped on this way too much. I know, I'm sorry, but it just bothers me, man. I hate when we play Ohio. I really hate when this is the one team, and I'm being dead honest. You know how much I hate the Dodgers. If you follow this page for any amount of time, you know I despise the Dodgers. I despise Dodger fans, except my friends. I could still deal with them, even though that's their minor flaws as they're a Dodger fan, or major flaws. Anyway, I hate the Dodgers and would root for any team, even if Satan had a team, which is Artie Moreno maybe. But if Satan had a team himself and it was the devil worshipers versus the Dodgers, I'd be on that side against the Dodgers. But I'm kind of against this piece of crap team, meaning when the Dodgers play them this year, need I say I'm gonna go against everything I believe in and be like, go Dodgers. You know, I don't want to see this team win. I want to see them fucking fail. And the fact that they got that record right now is pissing me off. Nothing I would love better than the Angels to sweep these assholes the next two games. And I just hope so. But I'm happy they won game one, but I'm very skeptical for game two and game three because, again, we've seen this song and dance all season long with the exception of the Miami series. We either get swept or we always start off every series with a nice win and we're like, yeah, game two, baby. We're going to go at it. We got this guy going. We got that guy going. I like the lineup. And even though we've had 60 injuries already in the month of April and half the team's out and it looks like a goddamn AAA Salt Lake team, you still think that they could notch another win because this same AAA squad took the Phillies to the brink in all three games. So they've got it in them to win. Can they execute and avoid the dumb plays that cost them runs and open the floodgates for the other team? That is the big question moving forward in these next two games. But we did have a Jose Suarez moment today, and it was almost a blown save, but just in case he ever blows a game again, Randy made this up for us, producer to the stars, and I really like this little slide here.
Dead man walking. If he tries me, I will make you famous.
See, so he likes to make other people famous, not the other way around, because he sucks. But today was a win, and you know when we win, we do this. Now let's get into the Golden Stamos and who won for player of the game. The John Stamos Award for Golden Stamos has to go to the one, the only, his first ever win as a starting pitcher, Jose Soriano. Soriano pitched 5 innings or 6 innings, and again, that's a quality start. That's a quality start. Anytime you notch 6 innings, whether you give up 2-3 runs, but you got the lead or you're tied or whatever, that's a quality start. That's all you want from your starter. I mean, that's more than what the Angels have gotten recently in the last few years. So the fact that you're getting a couple really good starts by Soriano, yes, he's had a couple bad ones. You're going to get the good with the bad because he's a kid. He's just starting out. This guy's got the most leeway to me out of any pitcher on this staff because you're asking him to do more than he's ever done at any level that he's been at. So you're getting 6 innings. You're going from pitching this dude 2 to 3 innings max to 6. I'll take that any day, and I'm still waiting for Silseth to come back at some point. I know he went on the 60-day IL. This is where Silseth should be right now, giving us 5 to 6 quality innings. And then I'm disappointed in Canning, but he's starting to turn around a little bit, but I got to see more before I start to believe in him. And I'm down on our boy, what do you call it, the Sandoval, but he's got such a bad track record. It's going to take a lot for me to start believing in him. At least we got Tyler Anderson and Detmers pitching at a good pace. If they continue to do that, you would think at some point this offense can get somewhat consistent enough to be at least consistently inconsistent so that they could get some runs, because you can see with this staff, there's been a couple of hiccups. There's been some bullpen shit. I get it. But if you're able to score runs, a lot of times you can overcome that because you are getting quality starts and you are getting some nice innings from some of your pitchers. So tomorrow's game, I should say, in Ohio will be Ben Lively versus Reed Detmers. Ben Lively is 0-1, 15 innings pitched, though. He has a 2.30 ERA. He has struck out 19 in those 15 innings. So this guy's a bit of a flamethrower. But our boy Detmers has struck out 37 and 34. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow with Ohio. But I'm hoping the Angels tickets going as low as $19 there in Cleveland or Ohio. I'm sorry, but you got the injury list is Brandon Drury, Miguel Sano, you got Rendon, you got Trout. I mean, Rendon should just live on there. He should just have an IL next to his name, not even a position, just IL. I like the stats so far. The Angels are batting .242 as a team, 34 total home runs. Their ERA is 4.98 as a team. A lot of that has to do with the bullpen. Let's see what else. So in the last 5 for Ohio, they actually have lost now 3 out of 5 before this game. So now they've lost 4 out of 6 coming into this game. The Angels had lost 4 out of 5, but picking up the win. They're the same 4-6 in their last 10, I believe. So there you go. Let's see what else before I get into some comments. Oh yeah, I got to play the Nacho Night award because we got to see who got the nachos.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos. Ow.
Oh. Well, the Nacho Award goes to Gabriel Arias. Yes, the world famous Gabriel Arias. This guy, again, if you have a bad night on the mound, which if you look at the Ohio shitfucks, Bybee did have a bad game. He had 5 innings pitched, 6 runs, 8 hits allowed. You could say, that's pretty bad. He gave up most of the runs, and I would give it to him, but sometimes a hat trick or a golden sombrero trumps that, and I think that's what happened with Arias at third base. Although he had a hit, he still looked terrible at bat, especially when you strike out to Suarez, and he makes you look stupid up there. So Suarez striking him out put him over the top for me. Give me Gabriel Arias, household name Gabriel Arias, as your Nacho Night Award winner. Let's get into some of these comments here tonight. First one up is James Malou. He says, we actually won Q Bally's because Bally's likes to play this every time the Angels do anything. Yep. And then let's see also, Soriano deserved his first win of the season, and he got it. Also, Mateo says, James. Tony says, Soriano pours big booze, whatever that means. If you don't know, then you know. James says, balls, and Soriano earns that win. He got it, too.
For you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Earning that win. Rally Chris says, wow, your boy Suarez pitched 2 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts. He didn't blow it. Honk, honk. Damn, dude, is that all that gets you to rally up your Halo honk? I guess so. Mateo says, join the call from work. Let's see. Nah-Man says, a shutout. He loves it. And then Dan Rio says, we won. Light that baby up. Let the Stukas fly. That is true, man, because, again, for us winning, it's something that we didn't do too much or haven't done much.
We won?
Let's see. Chubb says, Cleveland are very fraudulent. Couldn't get a run off glorified Dick's Sporting Goods worker in Jose Suarez. Rally Chris says, Texas lost. Astros came back against Seattle, leading now 5-3. We might be 5 games back if Houston can hold on to the lead. Dan says, and Suarez with a save. Now, he didn't get the save, though. Eric says, hey, y'all. Eric says, the Cleveland Drew Carries. That would be one I would go for, because then every time they come out, it's like, you know that song. I can't really sing it. Let's see. Mario says, got home from work and caught the last inning. I was in shock. The Angels were up 6-0, and Suarez didn't give up a run. Am I in the Twilight Zone time? Yes, you might be. And then Mario's like, Stukas. Also, balls, and go for and Halo go, or I guess go for the Halo. We'll go with that. I think he misspelled that one right there. But yeah, you get some balls, my man Eric. Love you up there in Seattle.
Cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
Halos for the win, baby. Let's see. Also, Dan says spiders would have been better. Guardians is lame. Just call them the LGBT. The Rainbow Warriors like Hawaii would be better. Also, let's see. Robot Aid says, wait, the Angels won? Yes, they did. Catherine Allen checks in with Angels win in shutout fashion. They sure do. Soriano, please. Robot Aid says, I love that name. Roger was right. The season started today. We were 1-0. See, that's great, man. I mean, that is what you call a someone that can just prognosticate the future, and that is one Roger Lodge.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Exactly. James Malou says Suarez struck out the side. What the hell's going on out here? Yeah, even Lombardi was like, what the fuck? Exactly. Mike Troubles says, oh, that's messed up. Soriano responding really well today. He did. And we seem to be playing better on the road. Why is that? I don't know, Dan. We're 4-11 at home. 4-11. Detmer's Day tomorrow. Maybe we win our second series of the season winning. He's calling for that because it would be nice to get finally a series win, dude. Even if we lose game 3, you get that the series out of the way. You're like, okay, we're good.
Wow, winning.
Because right now we're just by winning.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Not really, though. Boo Boo says, I'm happy for the win in shutout fashion. Also, Cleveland Rosca says Cleveland Guardians sucks. Exactly. Todd, there's a spider behind you. Don't you start with that. The Cleveland Rocks, that's it. That's actually not bad. See, also Jake Lee says, go Angels. Look, I'm telling you, I don't know if all the comments are popping up, but that's all of them already. I don't know if it hasn't been popping up for whatever reason. Sometimes it goofs. So if I'm missing any of your chat, it's not me reading over yours or not responding to them. That's all that showed up so far. So usually when we have this many people on, we have because it's saying we have over 100, so like we should have more comments, but it is what it is. Real quick though, Believe Network, we've got a new sponsor, and it'll be Bet One Online, I think it is, or I'll straighten it out and have it for Monday, and you can get a promo code for making online bets, and it's pretty legit. So Fernando's been doing it even before we got the sponsor, but now we got the sponsor, so kudos to us. We got another sponsor coming in on the show, and that's only going to make things better for you and me and everybody else involved. And if you're anywhere down to be still going to Angel games, and I get it, if you don't want to go, if you don't want to support them in person, it's cool. I get it, but you know, there's ways. I think we're going to start this protest, or we're going to start this movement to have, you know, the Angels, as far as we're going to show our displeasure with these shirts. We're going to have these shirts. We're going to have paper bags. Trust me, Halo Joe started it with us, or actually I got it going. The rest of the group's getting going, and we're getting other podcasts involved. So we're just guys letting you know that we're going to be doing something to get on TV. And with ticket prices lowering and lowering, it's going to be easier for us to infiltrate Artie's Stadium and make our presence known. So just giving you a heads up on that, as the movement will start this month. The revolution will be televised. Let's see. I see the spider too. You guys can all kiss my ass. There is no spider here. Also, David says Cleveland Guardians should go back to the Cleveland Indians. Absolutely. I'm tired of this thing. Yo, that spider's crazy. Hey, stop it, Hayden. Don't you start either. James, don't you start. Will you guys stop it? You know my phobia with spiders. Like I am terribly, like, I don't know if you guys remember Joe Rogan when he was the host on what was that, Fear Factor, I believe. Man, I swear to God, I could watch them do some crazy stuff to people in that show. But you put them in that little glass thing with tarantulas, hell no. Like I'd forfeit any kind of money prize that I had on the line. I don't care if I was part of a team, if it was myself. I can't do it, dude. I just can't do it. Spiders freak me the hell out. Like a real quick story. A friend of mine tried to get me to ditch the phobia. And he goes, dude, I'm going to put my pet, tarantula, don't drop it in your hand. I'll give you $50 because he was trying to say, hell, I'll give you $10. No, 20, no, 30. And he goes, look, I'll give you $50 if you can hold this tarantula in your hand and hold it for a minute. And he goes, it's not going to do nothing. It's not going to bite. They don't bite humans, blah, blah, blah. I didn't believe him, of course. I was scared shitless, of course. And so he put it in my hand, and I started to shake my hand like it was really starting to bug me, and I was starting to get real nervous. And so then the spider turned around in the palm of my hand, and its ass was like facing me, and I had it out like this, and I was freaking out, and it could feel the tension. And I didn't know that they have that defense mechanism where they shoot their hairs, on their ass, and it shot into my face. And so then, like, I threw the spider up in the air. He had to like catch it because obviously those things are expensive. And then, like, it wouldn't have survived that fall because I threw it like 3 feet up in the air. So he caught it. And as he's catching the spider, I'm like rubbing my eye, and I'm pushing those prickly hairs that went into my skin, into my eye, and all around my face. So then the next day, obviously it's venom that's in those damn, needles or hairs, whatever the hell they are. And my face, I look like, I don't know if you remember Breaking Bad when Jesse gets his face beat in, or if you remember Rocky, and his face is just on one side is just puffed up like he's gone through like 12 rounds. That's what my face looked like for about 3 good days. I had to get a shot, and it was miserable. But I hate spiders from every size, to the biggest to the smallest. I can't stand them. If I can muster up I've screamed like girl plenty of times. Like when I've seen a spider, I'm not afraid to admit that. A lot of things don't scare me. I'm usually the typical white guy who, hey, there's a gunshot. Where's it coming from? While everyone else runs, I'm that guy. But if it has to do with a spider, you best believe I'm pushing women and children out of the way so I can get the furthest away from that set spider. So there's my spider stories. Let's see. Rally Chris says, since the Angels won today, versus Cleveland, how about the Angels do that thing what Cleveland manager said about winning streak, and we can get a winning streak? Well, you know what? That is something that this dude did say.
You guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday.
Yes.
If we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak.
Also, let's see. Louis 714 says, "Oh, we won. Yes, we did win." Dan says that's a shitty ass spider. And now I get it. Hairy and probably venomous. That is, you guys are making fun of my beard again. I got a lot of that online, and then also on YouTube. One of the comments. I did not take kindly to that, but it is what it is. It looks, and you know what? It's bad when your stepson says, "Hey, it looks like some other kind of hair on your face." I'm like, don't you say it, asshole. Don't you say it. So yeah, I'll be trimming this over the weekend, bastards. Creepy crawlers. Also, Mario says, Todd, your beard looks like a bunch of baby spiders all over your face. Balls, and Santa Maria. That's also who didn't call the game today, but still.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Whoops, wrong
Time
one.
for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Santa Maria. Also, if you guys want to call in, the number to call and get your voice heard, it's 714-598-3221, 714-598-3221. Will you or won't you participate in our little thing at the Angels Stadium, which is going to be going and trying to get on TV and pushing those shirts, the sales shirts, and also paper bags, voicing your displeasure from this franchise, embarrassing the great one, the great Artie Moreno. That's what we want to do because we're sick of it and we want change. And again, he's not going to leave. Don't think for a minute that we don't know that just because we go out there and we try to embarrass him, he will leave. What we want him to do is finally understand that the fans are pissed. We want to see this dickhead leave the franchise into someone else's hands, running the organization. It's the Halo Honk line.
Oh man, y'all got me rolling with that comment from the station. It's unbelievable. Todd, I think I have a contest for you.
Okay.
Remember how we were trying the thong thing last year, and well, that didn't work out. Let's say if the Angels ever get over 500, you gotta shave that thing off.
I could do that. I could easily do that.
Oh man, I was trying to make it hard. Anyway, if you look over your right shoulder, there's some coming down.
It's this guy.
Hey man, I was so encouraged today by Soriano. That dude was in control in his start, man. That was amazing to see. Like, you could tell he was just like, hey, I'm gonna do it on my terms. I'm gonna rock back and forth. He has a little step before he throws too, when no one's on. I really enjoyed Soriano, and we've been talking about him since spring, maybe turning into a spot starter. And of course, the injury happened, and boom, he's in there. So that was really good to see. I really enjoyed that. And then Suarez, for once, having 2 shutout innings. You never see that.
Absolutely.
It was beautiful. I can't believe that. The timely hits by Shanuel and drove it down the line there, and Moniak getting that fastball. That was awesome. So all in all, it's like, oh, yeah, Artie is still the owner, but somehow the Angels won, got the shutout. One thing I also wanted to mention, I do not know if anybody does this because, normally the people here are in the Angels market. Because I'm down here in, Oceanside, I have to, watch the games online on MLB.tv. So what I do, and what I've done lately, because I get sick of, the Bally's crew or whomever, I watch the opponent's play-by-play crew.
Smart.
And it seems sometimes like they know more, or they've done more research, or they've talked to Wash, they've talked to others to get, more insight on the team than I think Bally sometimes does. Or, how you mentioned Carpino and Artie want to set a positive, no matter what, even though the ship is sinking, we're not going to say what's really happening. But man, the guys in Cleveland, the guys in Philly that I've heard the last 2 series, they keep it real when it comes to oh man, he should have had that play. Like, for instance, the 2 plays that happened defensively, the 2 miscues. You mentioned Rengifo's not knowing how many outs there were. Like, that's all great when you're down. I mean, when you're up 6-0. But if you're winning 6-0, but if you're down 6-0, oh, that just adds more gasoline on the fire. And they were talking about that right away. And it was just something we're used to, I think, with the Angels. And Bally's would say, oh, just leave it alone. He'll never do it again.
Yeah, don't harp on it.
Cleveland was actually railing this guy. And what was the one thing? Zach Neto had that changeup throw to Shanuel for the error. I would have gave the error an error each to each guy. Neto for the throw, and then Shanuel, he didn't reach out for it. He didn't, stretch out for it. And then he didn't go after the ball. He was literally looking in his glove while he saw the ball go behind him. I was like, get the freaking ball. What do you do? Don't look at the glove. Little things that still bug me, but at least, hey, they got enough runs to win, and then for once the pitching was dominant. So I was very happy to see that.
I wanted to run something by you real quick before you go, James. Since we didn't get an episode this week, I have a question for you, and that is, let's just say our boy Bachman was healthy and Andrew Wantz was healthy, and these guys are throwing good in the minors, are ready to come up. If you were to see a scenario of, Sandoval still pitching very erratic and maybe Canning hitting the IL or he's not pitching good, what would you think if the Angels went with a Detmers, Tyler Anderson, Soriano, Bachman, and their of Wantz?
And hi, by the way, Dan Rios. I think you really have to look at that, because how long are we going to go with having, a Sandoval start imploding right away, especially in the day game too?
Mm-hmm.
How long are we going to have that? And then eventually you're going to have one injury slot there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to see what you have in Bachman. If he can do the Soriano salsa where he can go past 3 innings.
True.
You got to see if he can do that. And then Andrew Wantz, I don't think he was ever meant to be a starter, but you also got to get him through the fire and just see if he can have length.
Well, it sucks because he was like,
sometimes you got to make it happen.
Yeah, because he was pitcher of the week and then he goes down. That's what sucks.
What a difference a week makes. Who was the other one you mentioned? You mentioned Sandoval and
Bachman and Canning.
Canning.
Yeah.
There's just like I mentioned, I think the last time I called, I was saying, hey, maybe you trade these guys.
Yeah.
Sandoval and Canning. Like Canning go to Milwaukee, trade Sandoval to the Yankees. The ladies would love him in New York, I think, just for looks. Why is he on the calendar for May, by the way?
I don't know.
I just for this calendar giveaway this year, I hate that. I'm like, I don't want to see this dude ever again, and he's on the calendar.
At least he's
rally the route. No, I don't know who I want to see rather than him. But yeah, I would explore trading them or just getting whatever you can for him. But there comes a time, I think, and that comes with evaluation. This season is all about evaluating, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was never going to be about winning. Let's just get. I don't care how many honks you have, how many horns you got. I don't care. It's all about evaluation right now, and that's what I think this season has to be about. And we'll I think as the season goes along, you'll start seeing some changes, not because of injury, but because of performance. And I really want to see that soon if we don't get the best from those two starters.
I agree. Well, I appreciate the call, my man. Good shit as always.
And go Angels. I'm going to go surf now.
Big Hammer James. All right.
No.
Later, bro.
Later.
That's James right there. He's honking. He gone indeed. Let's see. Also, comments right here. Party time. I want to ride that white horse. Saucy says, feel bad for the guards. Be closed out 2 innings by Suarez. Oh, yeah, it is pretty bad. It's the Halo honk line.
Hey, did we win the game?
Yes, we did.
Wow, I don't think I was watching the game tonight.
Okay, who's this?
It's Grill. I'm trying to impersonate that fake imposter, Artie Moreno.
That was a terrible impersonation, by the way. I knew it was you, Grill.
I'm not the best at impressionism, I'll tell you that much.
You don't say.
Well, I'll say this.
Yes.
I predicted in the battle of the Jose's that a Jose would win. I was right.
You know, you're not very
All
good
right,
at jokes either, but go ahead.
Here's your joke of the day, and then I'll give my comments of the day. It's actually more of a one-liner. This just in, 9 out of 10 Americans believe that out of 10 people, 1 American should disagree with the other 9. All right. Now I'll comment on the game. It was a great game tonight. I love what the offense did. I still don't really like Moniak in the lineup, though. I think he needs to be on the bench a little bit more. I'm a fan of it.
Well, I think, you know, he's got to get some at-bats, and now with Hicks gone, you'll see him get a little bit more. The thing is, can he get anywhere consistent and start to hit like Shonowell's hitting? If he can get his average up to 250, I'll take that.
He's been hot, and Suarez running 2 innings surprised me because originally they had Matt Moore up in the bottom of the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think after we saw Luis Rengifo forget how many outs there were, do you think he's going to get benched like he was that one time last year?
I think he's just going to get a stern talking to. I don't think they can afford to bench him right now.
And any update on Drury and Sano?
Sano's on the 10-day IL, and Drury's day-to-day.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
90 seconds, you're up.
What the hell?
It's time. You gotta click the time clock there.
I think Grill just took off. Damn it, Grill. I don't know how you got in, bro. I'm sorry about that, Grill. You're what?
He was 93 seconds in.
Oh, jeez. You know, one of these days I want to sit down on interview with you and you're not drunk. Can we get that at some point?
Not gonna happen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hang up right now. I got things to do.
Why? What do you gotta do?
Oh, it's more like, who am I gonna do?
You're disgusting. You know we won today, right?
We did?
Yeah, we won.
Oh, that's right. We played the Indians today. Woo! Oh boy.
Yeah.
We're gonna get them again tomorrow. I smell a World Series, Todd.
How do you I don't get it. I mean, how can you actually think that this team is going to win the World Series?
Oh, come on. Yeah, you gotta believe. You gotta believe, Todd.
But again, this is a team that has got a lot of flaws thanks to you. So
I don't know how I should take that.
Come on, you lowered the payroll, you raised the prices on other stuff. You don't really care for this team to win, and not one time did you put in your press conference, "Oh, this team's, like we're focusing on winning." You were focusing on just trying to keep the stadium full.
I'm sensing a lot of animosity coming from you right now. I don't know if this is a healthy conversation we're having right now. I think we should both cool it off, go our separate ways for a few minutes, maybe walk it off, and then come back and discuss it like two civilized adults.
Is it Spritz o'clock, though? Is that why?
Oh, it's Spritz o'clock. Every hour of the day, Todd. You know it. I know it. The walls know it.
Oh, jeez.
Spritz o'clock, baby. Woo! Spritz o'clock, 24/7. Hey, Stockfire. How's about a spritz?
A botanical spritz?
Oh, it's botanical, all right.
What the hell's going on out here?
All right, I gotta go.
Are you all right?
Oh, man, I'm choking on myself here. What's going on? John Stamos. If John Stamos can choke on himself, then he can pick up a couple of tips from me. Woo, man.
That's nasty. Put the A train away, okay?
Oh, it's not that. I'm talking about my own vomit. Not my
Oh,
penis.
okay.
What's wrong with you, Todd? You go perverted all of a sudden.
Look, let's go our separate ways, all right? Have a good evening, all right, Artie?
All right, whatever. Hey, everybody, have a good night.
All right, that's Artie Moreno. He's going to party the night away on a Friday.
John Stamos choked on me.
Yeah, he sure did. Let's see. Halo Joe and Artie need to go head to head on the show. That would be interesting to see, Mario. That would be very interesting to see. LV says the motherfucking season starts tonight. Hell yeah, it does, and it did. Thanks to one of the best broadcasters of all time.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Grillmaster says Artie sucks. He'd go eat his own dick. Now, see, that's funny. That one's funny. Silent E says, what time is it in Ohio? Oh, yeah, it's spritz o'clock. We spritzered our botanicals all over the shit fucks tonight. Hell yeah, we sure did. What time is it? It's spritz o'clock. Oh, God. I'm glad that's taking off, by the way. And I'm a dick for the comment, stupid grill. Oh, my gosh. Well, the Angels won tonight, and that's a good thing. This team is not, we're not sitting here saying, oh, this team's going to win all their freaking games and stuff, but we're getting kind of tired of them losing. So obviously a win here, a win there, and we're by winning, and we can get a little something to hang our hat on, then we'll do that. Because, again, we want to see this Angels team progress, and part of progressing is winning some games every now and then. And they put up a good performance. You want to see Soriano take the bull by the horns and get that opportunity and win. Well, there you go. I find myself saying John Stamos choked on me, and my girlfriend says, stop saying that to Demetro. Also, if we lost, we'd have to hear Cleveland Rock's song again, Ohio, Drew Carey. Yeah, that's right. I played that a lot last year. Balls, and the Jose's. Yeah, they did get the win tonight. Right here. Hold on.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Jose. Also, let's get to the scores real quick. The Orioles are beating the Reds in Cincinnati 3-0. The Marlins are about to make a big trade today with the Padres. They're going to trade their number one hitter. I forget his name, Urias or something like that. He's going to go, or Aguilar. He's going to go to the Padres. Athletics are beating them 2-0. They're winning again. Marlins are 9-24. The Padres are shutting out the Diamondbacks 5-0 in Arizona. The Braves are beating the Raiders 1-0 in the Coliseum. The Brewers over the Cubs 3-1. The Rockies get a win. The Pirates continue to nosedive. And don't worry, Pirate fans. The Angels are coming. The Angels are coming. We're going to help you out in a couple days. The Phillies go to 22-11 as they beat the Giants 4-3. The Nationals continue to surprise and be that little pesky team to kick you in the balls and then run. Nationals are they win 9-3 over the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are off to a slow start, 15-18. That's very disappointing for them. They're a much better team than that. The Rays also are 15-18, but they did beat the Mets today, 10-8. The Mets are 500 at 16-16. The surprising Tigers are not an easy out anymore. Although they lost today 2-1 in New York, they are still 18-4 or 18-14, 10-5 on the road. Yankees go to 21-13. The Royals continue to win as they beat the Rangers 7-1. They are now 20-13, 13-5 at home. The Twins win again, 11 straight wins for the Twins. This is the one that actually counts because they beat a team that doesn't suck. They're 18-13. They beat the Red Sox 5-2. And the Houston Astros come from behind and beat the Mariners 5-3. So Rally Chris was right. The Angels pick up a game in the standings. And the Cardinals shut out the woeful White Sox. White Sox have lost or have been shut out 9 times. So 9 out of their 26 losses have come via the shutout. That is embarrassing. What a terrible team. Let's see. Also, let's get back into these real quick. What is Rogers saying right now? I don't have the voice to do it, Mateo. I promise I'll get to that tomorrow. Now a word from Jack in the Box. See, I'll give you that one right there. Let's see what Jack in the Box has to say about this game because he has some special deals, and here's one of them right here.
One bite of my new Smash Jack is turning Jack in the Box haters into believers. Don't be a hater. Try my new Smash Jack. Man, I'm good.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Everyone gets to customize their munchie meal, but I'm giving you your very own.
I've been known to get the munchies from time to time.
And your own intern, Mitch.
What up, Miach?
Oh, Miach is what my grandma calls me.
Dylan says, hey, Todd, can't believe Suarez didn't tank. I can't either, even with a 6-run lead. Nacho Night Suarez, Anna still believes in that. Tanner Bybee had emotional damage tonight. He didn't have much going on tonight. He got lit up a little bit, and he was terrible.
Emotional damage.
The Ohio manager, Stephen May, wanted a new Voight on the challenge call. Oh, geez. Sounds like the Pirates are walking the plank. They are playing pretty bad right now. Today, a man who worked in a Chinese restaurant burned himself doing a stir fry. Police say he may never... Why do I have the feeling you told that joke before, Grillmaster? Because why you have? Oh, Grillmaster, sometimes you give me hemorrhoids. It also says White Sox need my crispy socks. See, that one's funny. I like that. That one's pretty funny. I got to get that crispy socks back again. That is awesome. The Marlins made the trade already. There you go, Mateo. Dylan says, I'm shocked we haven't been shut out many times. That's true. I mean, at least we can scratch across a solo blast. Anna says 714 tickets, 714. In 714 tickets, you could use a 10% discount in the Apply Now code at checkout to get that discount, plus 5% back to your account to where you could use that towards purchasing more tickets just by putting HITI in the Apply Now code. What baseball team are you referring to as the Raiders? That would be the Dodgers. What is Papa Fox saying tonight? Anna says, well, he's generally pleased, but he said the same thing I did, which is, can they do it tomorrow and make the second game more promising? Accident or injury called Jacob and Ronnie. Ohio failing with the bases loaded, play the Mario failure. Yeah, I mean, they did what the Angels did and did not get the run in or did not score when it's time. And Moniak, when he saw that fastball, he was like, yeah, exactly. Also, how's Papa Fox feeling? Already took care of that one. He's doing good. Also, David says, I'm Astro. Maybe he's Astro. I don't know. But the Angels get a win tonight, and again, they improved to 12-20, and that's kind of hard to say at the same time as far as, hey, they improve and they're 12-20. They're 8 games under still. And with a schedule that is going to look like this, which I'm going to go over their schedule real quick here. Moving forward. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get the full schedule up. And for the month of, because again, I'm not predicting any of these games. I'm just telling you what they got for the rest of May. So we got 2 more with the shit fucks. We go to Pittsburgh for 3, Kansas City for 4. That's going to be a tough series. You know, you get Pittsburgh at the right time. They're not really playing all that great, but we are going to have to face Keller, and Keller's pretty damn good. In the Kansas City game, tickets are going as low as $4 to $5 to $6 to $5. In the St. Louis game, which you would never think, at Angel Stadium, that one's going for $3, lowest tickets right there. That's a series the Angels could do some damage to because St. Louis really sucks right now. They are a shell of them prior selves. And then we go to Texas and Houston for the first of a Texas 2-step, which we're going to do twice this year. So we're going to go to Texas and Houston. That's the first time that we play any division teams, and that will be halfway through the goddamn month of May. So those 6 games are very important. Even if you're the haloist of honkies out there and you want to see if this team can still measure up to some sort of success this year, if we're still not 10 games out or 10 under by that time, we can be either hopelessly out of it by this time or we can actually be right there still being annoying. Because I don't think this team is going to be anywhere like a playoff team, but we can be annoying to some teams and just be pesky. And that's the series. Those two series are ones I'm circling between May 17th and May 22nd at Houston, or at Texas and Houston. Then we come home for Cleveland and New York. And then we go to Seattle for the first time to end the month of May to start the month of June. So, and and I just want to say the month of June isn't looking promising either. Because again, we're going to finish up with Seattle. We're going to start that month with Seattle. We got 3 with San Diego, who's tough. Houston again, the former NL champion Arizona Diamondbacks, the Giants, the Brewers, who are good, the Dodgers, the A's, who somehow are good, the Tigers, who are somehow good, and the A's, who are somehow good again. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough season regardless, because we're no longer that team that can look ahead and say, okay, we're going to beat Baltimore because Baltimore sucks. That's not true anymore. We can't beat, or we're going to go beat Seattle because Seattle sucks. That's not true anymore. We're going to go into Detroit and beat Detroit. They're better than us. There's very few teams that I feel kind of confident. And even when I feel confident and I want to say, okay, we're going to take this series, and I go, hey, give me the Rally Chris special. I want 2 out of 3. That always happens to go the other way, because with the talent we got, the mistakes we make, the inconsistencies, we are who we are, unfortunately. So let me get back to the final few comments here. Fabio says, imagine losing to the Angels, play Mario failure. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, you lose to the Angels, other teams feel like. Also, Mateo says, why did the mushroom keep getting invited to the party? Uh-oh. Because he's a fungi. He read that off a popsicle stick. I'm almost guaranteed. Dylan says, I heard Adele's dad was at the stadium and still couldn't hit jack shit. Oh, that's sad, bro. It's sad, Dylan. Detmers versus Ben Lively tomorrow. Historically, Ohio has been able to read Detmers well. It's not the first time you use that. How lively will Ben be for the opponent, Anna says. Interesting. Oh, Keller, that son of a Mitch is tough. You guys just love tormenting me, don't you? We need to beat those teams who are likely making the playoffs. I would love to just throw a wrench into their plans. And Mateo says, playoffs? What are you talking about? Playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, I'm serious. What?
You serious?
Yeah. Who knows?
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm sorry. This is my inner hunk. Dylan says, yes, the AL Central doesn't suck anymore. They got a whole lot of young studs. The AL West is trash. Wild, wild West. It is crazy. David Fox says, I almost killed myself when Suarez was put in the game. I was thinking, does Wash want to lose this game on purpose? I held my breath with each pitch. But you know what, David? That's the funny thing. He was going 3-2 a bunch. And I was shocked as you were in the 9th inning when he was just like striking them out left and right. I was like, wow, this guy has never looked this good. I mean, and even then he was full count to most of those hitters. So he always teeters on disaster. And when he actually comes through, David, it's a miracle. So if I'm Wash, I don't pitch him 2 games in a row. I take Wayne's approach and say, nope, we got to sit him for 4 days. I don't want to see him out there. Let's let him, build up his confidence. So hopefully he can build up his confidence that way. And now you know.
Smart thinking.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
All right, so I think that's it for today. We get a win, and a win's a win's a win. I love it.
Wow, winning.
Yes, we won today, and we got to make it 2 in a row against those Ohio shit fucks tomorrow. And hopefully we're not saying this about our team.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
We can get a good performance from Detmers, and the offense can pitch in just enough. And pressure is the key component to beating Ohio and not letting them dictate the game. It's a 3:10 start tomorrow. So hopefully the Angels can get that dub tomorrow here on the West Coast at 3 o'clock. So be interesting. We'll get that game in before the Canelo fight. I'm going to be jacked up for that Canelo fight tomorrow night. throwing a little shindig here at the house. And so we'll have that going tomorrow. First time I made Todd laugh. Oh, you made me laugh before, Mateo. Don't be like that. You know you're a cool guy. And but let's see. Dylan says the Angels been divorced from the playoffs since 2014. Halo Joe says let's start that winning streak tomorrow. Can we get the Stukas 2 times in a row? That's the big question, Dan. That one's a big question. Possible rain tomorrow in Ohio. Hopefully not, Grillmaster. Keep us weather up to date. But the Angels win, and we're on to Ohio for one more tomorrow, 2 out of 3. But first, a word from Honda, who are helpful Honda blue people.
Hi. I'm a helpful Honda person. Honda is going to pay for your night if you can hit that target over there with the blue shirt.
Today we help some golfers.
They sure did. Okay, so Todd, didn't know you like boxing. I do. I miss the old school boxing. I mean, when there's actually a good fight, I like watching, and I'm down. I'm down for tomorrow's fight. I got a little scrubs on it too, a little bit of Fedia. So hopefully my boy can come through right there. Mateo says, I wish Hudson would move back to the NFL, or Houston would move back to the NFL. I know. I wish. So you'll be informed of the weather. Check the DMs. All right. So that is it for tonight. We've hit the hour mark. Be sure to check out the podcast, like and subscribe. And again, we're going to be posting links for the merch coming up here. We'll have some giveaways at the stadium too if you come down. So there you go. Saucy says, will we win a series this month? That is the last question on here. I think we will. And call me a honk all you want to. Call me a bootlicking house man. I think we get the job done starting tomorrow. And because I really like him going tomorrow, Reed Detmers. And if he can get the win, the rain's not in the way. It would be nice to finally fucking win a game or a series.
Call me a bootlicking house man all you want. I don't give a damn.
We just got to keep our composure.
Come on, all right, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay?
Yes.
We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to just keep our composure.
And one last thing from Roger, and then I'm truly out of here.
Let me tell you something about my guy, John Stamos. So I was able to go in the back bedroom and unscrew the old balls and running up my butt right now. You get out of it what you put into it. John Stamos, he was so great